Hi guys, welcome to the fourth podcast. Today we're going to be showing each other the effects that we created from the Create a Trick challenge stated in the last podcast.
It's been very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What was the instruments that you had?
String, a calculator, and a piece of paper.
A piece of paper. And I had a magazine, an envelope, and a cup.
Yes.
Because you're a sadist.
Yeah. It's the first three things that came to my mind, so.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? Do you want to go first? I'll go first. Or?
I'll let you go first. Save the best till last.
Oh. Why that is it?
That is how it's going down.
So the initial idea of this trick was as long as you had to involve envelope, cup, blah blah blah. So I seem to have wrote them down here. And I did this just so I didn't forget. So we got envelope. I don't know if you can see, I did try and black it in. Magazine and cup. Yeah. Try and keep them in shot, but you know that they're here. And also, there's a few hidden things in the box. Just little offcuts, right? They might come in handy later. And we'll try and get a close up. But one of them looks like this. One of them looks like that, like two squares. It's a little bit tricky. Oh, I'm gonna leave them there, right? And obviously, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't have a deck of cards. So I had to make a card trick involving all these.
Well, it didn't have to be a card trick, but
it did, because you had to make a mentalism trick.
Ah, true. Yeah,
So originally, I was thinking, what's a magazine? No. It's the original mum brain rot before Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I actually give you that one.
They've got all the answers to questions they didn't even know, and any question you needed to ask in the future, it will have the thing.
And most of the questions you probably didn't need to ask in the first place.
Potentially, yeah. And also ideas of magic tricks for me. What's one magic trick that I cannot stand?
Ambitious card.
Sort of, but there's another one. You're not gonna like it.
No.
ACAANs. I find them boring. So, I feel like I'm going to make card tricks great again. Kind of like how Trump did it with America minus the quiff. Yeah. Magazine.
That could be quite
envelope.
That could be quite a touchy thing that you just said there.
And a cup.
Like Trump did with America. So did he make it great again?
Well, no, it was already the greatest country of all, wasn't it?
Good save.
It was a good save.
Good save.
It's okay. So I thought, right, rather than going through and picking a number, picking a name, any card, any number, just touch any card and any number. Just take away.
Oh, take the whole pile?
Yeah, just take the whole pile, just square it up and just have a peek at the card for me. You can show the camera if you want.
Got it.
Yeah, and give that pack a shuffle. Yeah, and just add them into it somewhere.
Into the middle?
Yeah, no, just into the shuffle, whatever. And when you're ready, pop them all in there. And that's pretty fair.
And so far... Oh, got a card coming.
And the deck will go down. And I've just remembered we didn't do the ACAAN.
We can do it in a minute. We can do it.
Considering we don't like ACAANs. So we're going to leave that here, but I was stressing out over this challenge, not gonna lie, because you know me, I like to pick out a random word or a phrase and try and make a trick. But to do one of these, it was quite tricky, right? So I thought I'm gonna have to break something up, and I am actually missing a little piece there, but I'll show you in a minute. So I need to break this up a bit, right? So I thought, right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and just work with zine, yeah, and then maybe op. See anything's coming out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
But look, if it was just to take the whole thing here, yeah, just these for now. See anything that's happening?
Smidgen.
Do I try and video just in case it's not picking it up on here, just video what's on here. As you can see, nothing has been moved on the other side.
Oh.
Kids with the technology. Do it on the landscape.
Oh, so that way.
Yeah, there we go. So we've cut the envelope up and we've got the zine from magazine, right? So all I want you to do is just think of your card, right? And obviously they know your card anyway. And just keep thinking of it for me. Answer in your head, was it a red card? Interesting. I think that other piece, I might have lost that other piece, but I'm going to keep that there. I think that, yeah, something's working. Look, I just needed a little bit of this. Have I misspelled envelope? Am I missing a V?
Yeah. See.
Imagine there's a V there. It's just coming to me, right? Yeah, see, with a zine, if I was to take the zine and flip that to that side, we're kind of getting a little bit closer, yeah? It's getting there. Look, see these little bits now? They're all making sense, James. Look, if I was to put that there, and if I was to put this here, and that there, and that there, is that kind of making some sort of sense to you now, James?
Like, that's good.
Is that making, and I said there should be a V here, but I'm illiterate and I can't spell. The 9 of clubs and 11. Yeah. Interesting?
Yeah, I like it.
But look, you shuffled this and they exploded. This is about to be that explosion of a trick. 9 of clubs. Is that your card?
Yeah, 9 of clubs. Yeah, 9 of clubs.
That was sort of important. So about to go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 11th card was the 9 of clubs. And that is a new trick that I like to call Make ACAANs Great Again. Or MAGA. Make ACAANs Great Again.
That is really, really nice.
I'm actually impressed that I got every single thing out of there. And yeah, there actually should have been a V.
Apart from the V.
There actually should have been a V. Did that fall over there? No.
Is it not still in the box?
No. I just didn't write it. I think we just have to admit that.
L and up.
L and up. It kind of worked though.
LNLP.
LNLP, yeah. And yeah, that one's coming to Gumtree soon. It's not. It's a bit obvious.
Find out your local magic dealer. Yeah.
eBay.
Wish.com.
Right, so now, I think that explosion outside was a little bit predetermined, or premature, because I feel like the bomb's going to drop now.
Hopefully. So what we have is 4 different colours of string, aka cotton.
Yeah.
And all I want you to do is...
I've got a feeling that this isn't picking me up. I don't think they can hear me, but go on.
So we have 4 different colours of string.
Yeah.
Purple, yellow, red, blue. Just name any 2.
Red and blue.
So these, and gone.
Bit pointless and bring them, aren't they?
So you got red and blue.
Blue.
So we've got red. So we're going to open my calculator, hide my password. So all I want you to do is type in any 2-digit number, times that by a single digit, times that by a 2-digit. Hit equals. So do them numbers mean anything to you?
1854.
Does that have any reference if you take, say, 1 and 8? 54, that's your age. 18, that's your IQ.
It's actually 57. No.
Right, we'll get rid of that for now, and we'll go on to the alphabet. I'm going to try and teach you the alphabet.
The alphabet.
So, alphabet. Actually, let's try this. So, a randomly generated number. So, if we break up into numbers, we've got 1 and 8.
Do you want me to film this, just so we can see what we're
doing?
doing?
Yeah.
Just quickly.
So,
Wait.
the randomly generated number, we break up into digits. So, we've got 1 and 8, so that'll be, put it together, that's 18.
Oh, 18.
So, we count to the 18th number, letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
I love maths.
Then we've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you got, we don't have a pen, do we? So we've got 18 is R.
Yeah, R-E.
R-E, and 4 is D.
Yeah.
So the number you've generated, the positions of the letters in the alphabet spell out the colour that you've selected.
What?
And I didn't want to waste the back of the paper either, so I wrote you a bit red.
Very cool.
Very clever. I mean, I was quite impressed with myself for that.
That is pretty sick. Mate, I like that. I'm going to just keep this recording because I don't think that's picking me up. So this will pick me up. That is a really cool trick.
I mean, it took me about 2 days to figure that out.
That is pretty smart.
I think the scripting for me was quite nice as well, you know.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. That's why.
I didn't even earn or R or so.
No. That's really cool. That's worthy enough to be put in your set. That.
I really like that.
Yeah. For those who don't know, we are trying to arrange to get a show together. So we are in the middle of that. I would definitely put that in. That is like a fun opener.
I was thinking that myself, like not putting it in the set, but I was thinking it's quite a nice little relaxed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I can go into the ape and apple throwing string around.
You say, would it not? And then talk method then. I'll remember that for later.
Yeah.
I just mean putting that there. And like possibly on the end.
Yeah, no, I see. I'll speak to you properly about it later.
Methods. Well, yeah, I think that was a bit of an interesting thing. I mean, I know I kind of clutched at straws a lot with this one.
I noticed the little...
Yeah. Oh, that fallen off.
The big gap.
It was when I was on sticky note on my computer and I typed it in all capitals and I thought, can I take out any letters or rearrange them? As soon as I seen 11, 9 of, well, cup.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, there's a way you can do this. And MAGA, make it ACAAN's great again.
I saw MAGA left over and I was like, what's he going to do with that?
Yeah. No, originally that wasn't nothing in the plan. But then obviously scripting about MAGA and I was like, there we go. I think I looked it up online, what it was, if it was like, I don't know, in different languages or something, and the only thing that come up was make America great again. So it was never bad in the first place.
Yeah, I had to take this in a different direction because I thought if... Obviously, I was going to start with length of string. So the total up to the length of string, and I was like, that's just too much hassle. Me getting like a tape measure thing out and cutting the string to a certain length and then working out, converting things from millimeters to centimeters and...
Yeah, now that is really streamlined, that.
Do you see what I mean about getting this printed up properly and like laminating it?
Yeah. Yeah. And you, like you say, you can put numbers, couldn't you? Like, wow. I'm impressed. That is a really good trick.
I was impressed myself, don't worry.
Yeah.
I was actually quite surprised.
That is really cool. Wow. Yeah. So anything that you're bringing up on a podcast, other than obviously the show? We are like, probably say 60% there, aren't we?
Yeah,
We've got the tricks that we're going to do, it's just finishing touches now.
Yeah, streamlining the actual show itself and then getting into the venue, rehearsing.
We need a name. We need a name. We need to know how to promote it, which is your job. Yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky. 2-man band.
I mean, we could always employ someone to help us out.
Suppose. I've got a question for you now. Considering, this is supposed to be the deep thought part of the podcast. Seeing as I might not have picked up on it. Have you ever changed your mind about a magician? Or converted? You don't have to name names, or in case you do, we've got the slander podcast.
Do you mean how I feel about him?
Yeah.
Chris Angel.
In what way have you been converted, to him or against him?
Against.
Yeah.
Because I used to obviously watch Mind Freak, and then I heard all this controversy about him calling out magicians for this, and this, and stealing tricks. Like, how do you steal a trick?
I think in magic terms you do it without crediting.
Yeah, but a lot of people buy tricks and learn tricks, and if we say I learnt a trick and go out and perform it, I'm not going to stand there and go, this trick is by this person. This person created this type of principle.
Or not having the permission to teach it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but I won't go out and teach it. Like, I think it was against David Blaine.
Yeah, but they've always had a thing.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't see how you could steal a trick. If you created that trick and you've put it out, then it's out there for people to perform. Think of how many people are actually performing it.
Yeah. I think, as you know, I got in touch with maybe like a well-known underground magician regarding 2 tricks that I wanted to put in the set or put on YouTube to perform. So I messaged him and he was like, yeah, cool, thanks for... He said, you don't have to ask permission. He said, but thanks for asking permission. Obviously, you know who that is.
Yeah.
I won't name him on here. But yeah, no, it's cool, and it's kind of like having that little line there, so there is a respect there as well.
Yeah.
Thinking, I know you know someone.
Yeah.
Again, it's trying not to name names, but I think they don't like having their stuff online unless it's them performing it, or they want to showcase it in a certain way.
Yeah.
So they have all creative control, and then if you flash, or you probably wouldn't, you know what I mean? If you do something sloppy or it kind of reveals the method, then they kind of, spoil my trick, and you never had my permission, and you owe me about 10 grand now.
Nah, I get you. Another one is Dynamo.
What have you been against?
I liked him, and then just something about him put me off. But now with his recent ones, like
I'll tell you something about Dynamo. Go on.
His Miracle and that Dynamo is Dead, it sort of brought me back to liking him again, because he's got now, I don't know what it was about him, maybe he just seemed a bit like big for his boots, like he was this big thing, and he was big, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't as big as other magicians.
Yeah. But
then that sort of put me off him, and then I watched that Dynamo is Dead, and I've seen clips of Miracle, his new one that came out Friday, I'm going to say, and it sort of drew me back towards him. I think I really like him now.
Yeah, originally I liked Dynamo with the Magician Impossible. I felt like that was really cool, and then there was a bit where he had a skateboard and he kind of put it over his head and he had glasses on, or something, and I thought that was cool. And I feel like the more, it's kind of like Chris Angel, isn't it? The more is on TV, and then it's like, oh god, like it feels like they've got to dumb down the magic, because they start with good tricks, and then the more like the network order more episodes, it's like the magic suffers, and like That's why you think, oh, it's camera tricks or this or that. Not saying it is. But I reckon like the tricks kind of, suffer. But then I kind of fell out of, radar with Dynamo. The only thing that brought me back was his interview for the Diary of a CEO podcast. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It is brilliant. I'll put it in. This is a YouTube version. I'll put it in the description. It is amazing, and it's just him talking music, talking about his life, music, talking magic, talking about his life, and he's just such a nice guy.
He does seem really down to earth.
And I feel like the one I seen was the Dynamo who's on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The performing Dynamo, and I either just didn't click with his performance style or whatever. But then, as I went back to that, as soon as it's like him having an interview, it's like an hour as well. I was like, yeah, I'll watch that. Just left it playing, and I was like, wow, the guy's been through so much, and he's just still just like a nice upbeat guy. Yeah,
I mean, I can tell you one trick that obviously I've seen today on the way here on YouTube, so it's readily available to watch. I can speak about it. It was like a children's hospital. So he had this snow globe, he was shaking it like that, and then he went to watch the snow globe, and everything from inside the snow globe disappeared. And he's got his hands empty. He had one hand closed like this. And then he went, maybe I can do this, and he opened his hands, rubbed his hands together like that, and paper just went flying everywhere like snow. But it was like, it was too much to be like just stored somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then another one where he said to these two women, I want to leave you with something special and memorable, so you remember this moment. He turned the light on the phone and just held it like this. And a big, massive, like I say, bigger than my phone, sized white feather came out of the actual light. I was like, how have you just done that? Like it literally, I watched it about 4 times on the bus. I kept on going back, I was like, what the
I'm feeling that's, I can't remember who made it, but they reviewed it on Magic TV.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
That literally, it floored me.
Did it look like a wand, and he just does that, and it's like a feather?
No, the feather actually came out, like down, it came downwards towards his hand.
Oh, right, okay.
I'll show you after. I could show you now, it's on my phone. It's on my search history, but yeah, it floored me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that one.
It literally absolutely floored me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of magicians who kind of like turn me off, turn me on. I think, this might be an unpopular opinion in this house. Ben Earl.
I've liked Ben Earl, but then I lost touch with him.
I found out through him, as I bet most did, through Fools, and he fried. And apparently, I think that was, I think they were trying to get Daniel Madison on, because he's like the gambling guy.
Daniel Madison went on it, didn't he?
Eventually. But I tell a lie. They tried to get Daniel Madison to do Trick Artist. Yeah, but they give it to him. But yeah, so I was like, wow, he kind of cut 4 aces out for shuffle deck and teller's deck and everything. But then I got the Past Midnight bet box set, and it was incredible tricks, very hard. But I think he come across quite arrogant, and I was like, it's not my kind of, He was really good at what he did, but he just didn't, show it well. And then since then, it was during COVID when he started just before then, he started Studio 52, did Deep Magic seminars, and I don't know what it was. I just thought, I'm going to give him a chance, because I really liked his magic. But then on these Deep Magic seminars, every one of them had like a hangout at the end of it. And he spoke about Trick Artist on here and the Past Midnight box set. And he was saying, he said, I had no idea what I was doing there. No idea. Apparently, he was just approached, I think it was ACAAN. He was just approached and said, oh, you've got some good tricks. Like, do you want to put 13 on this box set? And he was like, yeah. And that's what he was. He's like, he'd never had lessons how to present, how to teach, how to this, how to that. He said, literally, every explanation, he was bricking it, and he was just like, just this is what you do, and then you cut here, and then you do that. Can you imagine how and that's what he said. He said, I come across really awkward on camera. And I was like, yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, you would do it if it's your first one, though,
now,
wouldn't
and
you?
he's like the most grounded, chilled dude ever. Do you know what I mean? It's like totally opposite of what I thought, and obviously, massive fan of him now. Got practically everything that he's done.
Yeah, I watched...
Barring Unreal Card Magic, but come on.
I watched a trick artist, and I didn't hear anything from him.
That's one thing. We could comment over trick artists.
Yeah, we could actually.
Yeah. Another time, another place.
And then I saw him on... I vaguely remember seeing him on Fool Us. Then obviously, through you, I've watched some of his stuff, and it's just wizardry.
He's incredible. And again, obviously not as Ben Earl regarding the creativity, but the idea of taking one or two slides and just stretching them or getting as much juice out as you can in one trick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Perfect. Obviously, the gift, that's got one slide. I mean, it's got no slides. It's just one. But that is a powerful trick. And that's definitely from one of his thinking.
May I just say, all my stuff is slight free.
Sleight of mind. Yeah. I've seen your ACAANs. Some of them are slights.
Hey, it's all magic. I'm a real wizard.
I'm a real boy.
Should we do the ACAAN?
Yeah, we can do. This will just prove that was a normal deck of cards.
It's not a one-way.
Haven't seen it. I don't think you can get one way in a tally hole.
Come on the faces.
Well, you have to get 52 decks of the same card though.
Yeah.
Right.
So what we're going for? It's your turn to pick a card. Again, sound like I'm Yorkshire. Pick card.
Picked a card. I'm going to say one card that I never actually picked. The 9 of Diamonds.
And I'll say 25.
Right. Okay.
9 of Diamonds, 25.
Doing it face up or face down?
We're doing face up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
I told you not to pick 25.
Let's see what's at 25.
There's no point now, it's not the 9 times.
Yeah. What do you think it's going to be?
3 of Hearts.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Double anticlimax.
Well, on that bombshell.
Yeah, I think that's ended the podcast there, guys.
Maybe next time we'll get it right.
Maybe a bit of a short one. You probably won't be able to hear me at all. I apologise. I did charge the microphones, as you can contest to that.
It was in the charging box. It was in the charging box.
It was all charged. Yours is charged up. Don't know why this one isn't.
Mine's working.
But yeah. So until next time, hopefully we'll get the ACAAN. But we'll be here until we do. Do you know what we should do? We should actually just keep that one deck shuffled, and then just pick a different. Oh no, that don't work. That does it?
What? Pick another?
No, I mean like keep using that one deck, but keep it in that shuffled state and deal it face up. But then you could just remember the third card's the Jack of Spades or something.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You probably could. I probably couldn't. I've not got the best of memories.
I could just peek it.
Yeah, you could control it.
Sneaky sneak.
But on that bombshell.
There it is again. Bye bye.